The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program hosts and guests and are not necessarily those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time for Martin County Movers and Shakers. And now, here's your host.
All right. Happy fall, y'all. That's right. You can feel the temperature change, a little bit of a breeze. It's so exciting and beautiful here in the Treasure Coast. I'm your happy hostess with the mostest, Anna Valencia Tillery, bringing to you Martin County Movers and Shakers, which is sponsored by White Glove Moving and Storage. So if you know of someone who is getting ready to relocate, whether they're looking to upsize or downsize, just looking for a change of scenery, or perhaps coming from someplace in the Northeast and wanting that tropical sunshine, like a dear friend of a gal that we have on the show today, just know that at White Glove, we do help facilitate both local and nationwide moves. We are an interstate agent with Beacons. It's always a free estimate, always competitive, but more importantly, the attention to detail that will help separate us from the pack. So again, White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery. Don't hesitate to mention them to your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, the people you don't want living next to you anymore, whomever it is, right? All right. Now in the studio, I have two fast friends of mine that represent, I like to think of as the hidden gem of Manatee Pocket. So in the studio, we have the Commodore, Dr. Jim Douglas. Welcome.
Thank you, Anna.
Alongside our food and beverage director, the one, the only, the beautiful Lisa Petty-Coogan. Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Representing the Stuart Corinthian Yacht Club. You know, I have the pleasure of sitting on a number of different committees and boards throughout the Treasure Coast, and a number of the events that we do harbor upwards of 100 plus people. And the further into Martin County I get, I realize there's just a limited number of venues that can accommodate that volume of people with ease and be something that's aesthetically pleasing and comfortable, spacious enough, providing parking. I mean, all of those things come into play when you're looking at events. And so I, a little over a year ago, had the pleasure of being at a chamber luncheon and finding your venue and understanding just how incredible your staff was and how beautiful the views were. And ever since, we've been planning events and making things happen. So if I could, Commodore, ask you a little bit about the Yacht Club, when it was born and where it's grown and how it's become the venue it is today.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're, as you said, on the Manatee Pocket, and the club was started in 1988. And prior to that, the building was the Apalachicola Oyster Works.
Really?
So it was a fish house, and the fish house was purchased by the club, and it is now a club of 175 members.
Wonderful.
And they enjoy active social calendar, and we have a casually elegant waterfront dining room, as you mentioned. And we have great sunset views of the Manatee
you sure
Pocket.
do. Oh my, breathtaking, really. And you mentioned about members. And though the fact is you don't have to be a member to secure the venue to host a private event, a wedding, a corporate training, what are some of the perks of membership?
Okay, we have an active social calendar. We have, you don't have, I should say first, you don't have to have a boat to join our club.
Really?
We have a motto, big boat, small boat, or no boat at all. Everybody's welcome.
I like it.
Right.
I like it a lot.
We do have a 24 slip marina and an active cruising program. We also have many social non-boating events. We have weekly happy hours and dinners. We have monthly special evening events, often involving bands and dancing.
Okay, fun.
And we have lots of interest groups in the club. We have a bridge club, a book club, shooting clay club, mahjong. We have an investment club, a poker club, a photography club, and we're ready to restart pickleball again.
Oh, very nice. Wow, this is super active with their 175 members. Now, being that I am a foodie, I want to incorporate Lisa in on this portion of the conversation because the caliber of the food and the generosity of the drinks were really made the Realtor Association that I'm active with as an affiliate member representing White Glove Moving and Storage. It was a hit. They were beyond impressed. So many of them had never been. Again, this hidden gem. I mean, gosh, the quality that's coming out of that kitchen, Lisa, is like second to none.
Yeah, we are very, very blessed. We have our full-time staff. We have an executive chef called Randy Randecki, and he's been with us for about 6 or 7 months.
Wonderful.
And he's really brought us up quite a few notches, making everyone happy. But I think the thing that we're most proud of, or I should say I'm proud of, is we are not a cookie cutter club, as you know. When we do book an event, we custom design every menu, whether
Ooh.
it's for a charity bingo event, your wedding, a shower. We want it to be special. And again, it's your day. So it should be what you want, right down to, the last little hors d'oeuvre or your little dessert station or late night, take out cereal boxes to go back to your hotel.
Right.
We want it to go from the beginning to the end and have everyone feel like they've gotten exactly what they wanted and their event was truly special.
That's so important because, I mean, it is like a once in a lifetime opportunity more times than not, depending on the event itself. And so, guilty as charged, I had way more than one of the delicious little poppable past hors d'oeuvres. So that's something nice too, that because you have a full staff, you can offer like a buffet setup, but you can also offer these past rounds. That's
right.
really valuable.
We can do, as a perfect example for your event, we served you 10 to 12 different hors d'oeuvres. Some of them stationed, some of them passed. So everyone kind of feels like they've gotten something they like.
Yeah.
I work very hard as far as allergies
Oh, sure.
with our guests so that we make sure that we don't have, those 3 or 4 people that can eat something and they feel like they're left out. That's not who we are. No one is left out.
Now, Wednesday nights is dedicated to your members, and you always do a themed, delicious dinner. And we were chatting before we went on air as to the fact that, it's folks of all ages that are coming and enjoying and committing a couple of hours of good camaraderie and, breaking bread together, which is always so great. What's some examples of things that are on that Wednesday night dinner?
What we like to try to do is we always do 2 to 3 past hors d'oeuvres. So everyone usually arrives between 5 and 5:15. So they can have a few beverages. And at that time, we'll pass out, hors d'oeuvres, which are hand passed. And then our entrees, once a month, we do a buffet. The theme for the buffet for tomorrow evening is a Tex-Mex.
Ooh, fun.
Last month, we did an Asian.
Oh.
And then the remainder of the month, we do 1 specialty salad. And then we also do 2 main entrees. And the members have the menu sent out to them on a Thursday afternoon. So they have the weekend to kind of go over it, decide what they like. And then they send in their requests.
Aha.
So it's easy. When they get there, everything's just put in place for them.
And what about members that have friends that aren't members or friends that are looking to relocate? Because let's face it, so many of us are from elsewhere and they want to bring a guest along with them on that Wednesday night dinner. Is that an option?
It's not a problem at all. We ask that you contact the office
Ahead of time. Head count is
There's
valuable.
an example this evening. I have a bride and groom that are coming as our guests tomorrow evening to do their wedding tasting.
Perfect.
So their wedding meal is going to be our dinner tomorrow. So they'll get a chance to see what the room will be set up. They'll get a chance to meet our servers, our bartenders. So they'll kind of get a feel of what their wedding's going to be like a trial run to set their mind at ease.
I love that. And, another thing to point out, especially for those who are listening that are in positions similar to my own or looking to host an event, some corporate trainings, I think this really holds true to a corporate training scenario is that your venue also provides some technology where there's this beautiful big screen TV, stationary up in the wall that you can incorporate some PowerPoint slides or visual aids that might need to be utilized, so that there's those visual components for folks if it is a sort of training lesson type thing.
Correct. We have a full service Bose surround system, as well as podiums, cordless mics. So if somebody wants to come in, we do a lot of all day training seminars where they'll come in, they'll do a continental breakfast, they'll do their training, they'll break for lunch, and then they'll continue on. And then some of them actually stay and do a small happy hour with us, since it was well deserving of their long
Right. After a
day.
day of learning, I'm in
Um,
for one.
And we do have quite a lot of particular groups in our Stewart area that come monthly,
Oh, wonderful.
which we are trying to, gain and getting a few more. You've seen the room. It's a very, very nice, relaxing room. You're alone in the room, which is a big, big plus
Yes.
when choosing a
You're not
venue.
sharing a space.
Right. You're not sharing a space. You're not sharing a bathroom. The bartenders are yours. There's plenty of parking.
Yes, let's talk about that for a second, because it is such a hidden gem because it's not off of the main road. So let's talk about where it is and the fact that there's additional parking right in front of the club itself, but then additional parking across the street.
Correct. We own a lot across the street on Horseshoe, which I believe would accommodate up to
2 lots. Mhm.
maybe 50 cars.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
on top
Mhm.
of the lot that we have with us, we can hold that. And for different events, I've booked, a trolley. I've booked water taxis to bring
Oh, fun.
guests over, if they stay at Pirates Go for their hotels. So we like to bring everybody over safely if they're coming to an event that's going to be, including some alcohol. So we've done the trolleys, and the trolleys have worked out really well, thanks to Molly's Trolleys.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yep. And we've made them available where they're in the parking lot for the night. And they can just shuttle our guests back and forth. So everyone can really have a good, safe time.
Yes, that's super important.
That's very important for us at the club.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that some of our listeners are getting in and out of their vehicles, and they just want to be reminded of a couple things. So once again, we're here in the studio. We have our Commodore, Dr. Jim Douglas, and the Food and Beverage Director, Lisa Petty-Coogan of the Stewart Corinthian Yacht Club, here with us, talking about their just real one-of-a-kind, special, hidden gem of a club that offers services and venue opportunities to members and non-members alike. If they wanted to do a little bit more digging, do a little research on their own, what's the website?
The website is SCYC. That would be their first thing.
I love a good acronym.
Yep. Their first thing. Second thing would be my direct line to my office is 221-1958. And I am always willing to take a call, give you any information you want, schedule a tour. I'm there Monday through Friday. I do appointments on the weekends all the time. I understand that people have lives, and, Saturday's their big day
Sure.
or Sunday.
Mhm.
So I have no problem scheduling it with them. And again, we just want to know, we want our community to know that, yes, we are a hidden gem, but we are going to go that extra mile. We are the venue that will make your event perfect.
And I would second that, because again, I've got to see it firsthand from a 120 person chamber lunch where all the food comes out almost at the same time, and I think sometimes impossible deadlines of like an hour to get everyone in, out, fed, and all of the topics covered, and then type of atmosphere. The TV, and bringing your laptop and project those images, those microphones. I mean, that's all very valuable, and especially when you're talking about bigger numbers. When you're seeing a wedding and someone's doing a toast, you want those words to amplify and hit the outside. Let's talk about that beautiful balcony out there, because this is the time of year as we start transitioning into fall that you really can spend some time out there, and it's just breathtaking.
Our balcony, as it stands right now, we have the seating capacity for 24 people out there. Our seating capacity in our dining room is 125. So if you were willing to go in and out, we could accommodate you to up to about 140.
Perfect.
We do have the option of a bride and groom arriving by boat.
I
which
love
is
that
always,
visual.
Which is always a fun thing. We've had it happen. We've done many ceremonies on our dock, which is lovely. It makes for some fantastic pictures. And also, I have worked very diligently with all of our local funeral homes to tie in celebrations of life.
Yes.
Our venue is a very subdued, kind of a nice place to end someone's life. It's quiet. It's right on the water. It's peaceful, very serene. So we do that as well. And again, we can accommodate up until 125, breakfast or lunch.
I love that. And that's a really good point. And the fact that so many of us, and let's hope all of us listening get to live out good, long lives. And at the end of it, we want it to be more of a celebration and bring people together to remember the good times and the good stuff, and this venue would in fact accommodate not just the large group, but provide that setting that helps to make it more of a celebratory. As you see that sunset, just kind of raise your glass and give a cheers.
My goal with the funeral homes were to make it as easy as possible on someone. Anyone that's lost someone, they know that when they're at a funeral home, they're planning a million things. They're trying to order things, flowers and caskets and cards. And I wanted it to be very simple. So I put together a very nice little menu packet that's there for them. And I'm willing to either go to their home, funeral home, whatever needs to make it easy for them. But just take that one last difficult thing away that is truly important to the person that's deceased, because you are celebrating his or her life.
Well said. Really well said. Let's circle back. I know that Dr. Jim Douglas, he is our Commodore of the club. You recently invested in a new boat, right?
Well, I recently invested in a boat. It's not new.
Touche, sir. But you enjoy the opportunity that the yacht club provides and being able to leave right out of there, come back in. What are some of the other perks of the boating lifestyle and the membership of the yacht club?
Well, like I said, we have an active cruising program. We recently had a cruise to Vero Beach. We've been talking about an October cruise to the Keys.
So like a group of you all get together
yes,
and set sail, each on your own individualized boats, kind of thing. Okay.
The boats will often start out together at a point nearby and then proceed at their own speeds to the destinations.
And where'd you go to in Vero?
We went to the Suntech Marina and stayed there and had a lot of fun and enjoyed the pool. And that was one of the shorter cruises. And other cruises have been longer. There are cruises to the Bahamas that have been undertaken. As I mentioned, and occasionally we'll have a land cruise. We've been talking about one to the Everglades. And then another yachting cruise has been considered to Marathon in January. So
perfect time of year.
We have these things, and what happens is the cruisers get together at the destination and enjoy the pools and enjoy the restaurants, and it's a lot of fun. The people at the club really enjoy each other. So we're having a good time there.
I love it. Now, I think that it's important to mention that there is, obviously you can leave your boat there, right?
Yes, we have 24 slip marina.
And of boats of all sizes?
We can accommodate boats up to about 60 feet. We have 4 or 5 slips that can go that large.
Wonderful.
We're in the process of getting the place adjusted for larger boats, or longer boats, I should say.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so,
who doesn't love a Martin County Movers and Shakers exclusive? Oh, my goodness.
Right. And I guess that's about it on the boats. No one lives aboard on their boat, I should point out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we have a very nice marina.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful. Now, folks would want to perhaps fuel up before or after entering.
Well, they would fuel up before entering.
Before entering.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And conveniently, where you are located, there's lots of different places for you to be able to frolic along the waterway once you come into dock safely there at Stuart Corinthian.
Well, that's true. It's very pretty there. And we're located right beside the small bridge that goes over to Rocky Point from the Horseshoe Point Street. So the club is located on Capstan Avenue, and then you cross the little bridge into Rocky Point, and so we're beside a bridge. We have our own little pocket, and then that's off of the Manatee Pocket. So
safely nestled.
yes.
Safely nestled indeed. And then I would assume also with the membership, there comes some potential discounts in being able to host some of the bigger venues there or other
Mhm.
things, right?
Sure. A member, if you are a member of the club and you are wishing to host a venue, an event at the venue, there is no charge for you.
Oh, well, that is one heck of a discount.
For the venue. Everything else there is.
Sure.
But again, we work one-on-one with everyone, whether, it'd be Randy and I together or Randy with one of them to make sure that the menu is perfect.
I love that.
There's too many clubs that are, have the cookie cutters, gold, silver, platinum. And when I took over a year and a half ago, I wanted to change that. And my goal was I know when I planned my wedding, I wanted my wedding.
Right.
I wanted my food, my desserts, my selections. So I was blessed to find somebody to do that. And if I ever had the opportunity, I said, I want to make sure somebody gets the same thing. So that's what we do.
Well, no matter what you call the package, you have a heart of gold, and that is just
thank you.
terrific that you provide that opportunity for folks to get so customized and utilize a space that is just so special. Being that I am a foodie, I'm going to let the Commodore take it away first. What's your favorite thing that you've had in the past couple of weeks? Go.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
I know, right?
They're all my favorite.
Oh, well said. He's clearly been married for a long time. He has good answers.
No, the food is very, very good. And I have a number of favorites. We've had some fish dishes that I've really enjoyed. And we have steaks, and everything's very nice.
Very nice. And how about you, Lisa?
Mine was a apple, berry, cherry cobbler.
Ooh.
For Saturday night, we had a harvest festival, and I normally don't eat desserts because I'm watching what I eat, but
it was full of berries. There's no guilt.
I know. I kind of justified it where it was fruit, but it was absolutely fabulous. And I kind of cheated and put a little bit of fresh whipped cream. And so that's my weekly favorite.
Oh my goodness. I love that. Okay. One more time with the website and your contact number, because I know folks are going to be very excited about hosting something here soon.
Sure. We're pretty simple. It's SEYC. And then our direct line is 772-221-1958. That's my office. And again, I'm there every day, Monday through Friday from 10 to 4.
And I'd add that the general office number there is 772-221-1900. And if you're interested in membership in our wonderful club, you can direct inquiries there to our past Commodore, Cher Foth. And we'd love to have interested people call.
I always love talking to anyone named Cher. Thank you both so much, Stuart Corinthian Yacht Club. Once again, you've been listening to the Martin County Movers and Shakers. I'm Anna Valencia Tillery. Shout out to White Glove Moving and Storage. Cheers.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you very much.